Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. Hope you guys are having a good Monday. So I'm just going to show you a few things you can use around the house to work with clay. A lot of you ask me a lot of clay questions. Now, let me do this disclaimer because I get tired of people commenting. I have rheumatoid arthritis and fibro, so my hands do not work well. And a lot of you I know out there have a lot of hand issues, but want to work with clay, and you don't want to go out and spend a fortune, and you want to see if you can do it, or you just want to, use stuff around the house, which is, what a lot of us want to do. We don't have money to go out all the time and buy what we really want to. So I'm just going to show you a few things around the house. Now, these can be used in mixed media and in clay and, in your art journal, ATC cards, whatever you want. So I'm just going to show a few things. Not that big a deal. Okay, so right here I have some clay that is baked. And let me just show you a few of these things. So these are made from, let me show you, hands are bad today. So you see I made two of these. Okay, and they're made from the part of my knife, my plastic, where'd you go, baby? Where my knives for my clay go. And very easy to use. And then I just used my little pointy thing to put holes in. And now I can emboss these. I can put resin over them. I can do whatever I want. And these become either a small pair of earrings, or I can use them in my art dolls, or I can use them to hang on maybe a pair of earrings that I made. Maybe I have a hoop on the bottom, need something else. So you can do these in any color. You can see they're nice, they're swirled, they're nice, very easy. And essentially all I did was had a piece of clay. You can cut them out of patterns, you can do whatever you want. And I took it. Now, if you wet it a little bit, it does help. It doesn't stick, that kind of thing. It's up to you. And then I just pushed it a little bit in. And if you have problems with your hands, use a roller or a bottle, whatever you have. And then push it. And here you go. And then you could use your point to kind of get it out a little bit. You can put your hole in it and then pull it out. There we go. And then you have, you just use it a little bit to kind of, and this is much thicker, but you see, you definitely can, make that. This is much thinner. You can now put Pearl-Ex or whatever, or bake it and then put your Pearl-Ex or whatever you want on it. A lot of fun, very easy, not a big deal. Well, you also, of course, can take it and let me grab one of my things here. Okay, I thought I had it out, so apparently I didn't. You can go ahead in, dip it, and go ahead in and make different patterns. And you can use both sides. You can use this flat side or this side. Let me see. Let me see. Or you can use, hands are really bad today, I'm sorry, for a more grungy look. And you see, you just get different kind of things. So always look at your stuff a little differently. So that is that. Okay, so now let me show you. This is just if you have a circle cutter, which I have two here. You can use a cookie cutter. You can go to the dollar store and get cutters, cookie cutters and that. Or if you have a medicine cup, any size will do. All you do is you stick it and you give it a little push. You can see the outline. You can either go in with your X-Acto knife. You can push, if this is a little thinner, you can push this harder down so it makes the cut and do all that kind of stuff. One of my favorite things in the world. And of course, you can dip this in your ink, put it on your paper, and you get circles. I've showed that a million times. Or one of my other favorite things is the top of your deodorant for us ladies who use Secret. And this makes, you can make molds in here. And if you see, there's a really cool little embossed little piece in there. So if we took some clay, let me roll it up. And of course you can use any of, pieces you already have rolled to cut it. And I'm just rolling it in a ball, and I'm just going to form it a little bit so I can put it in here. I'm going to set it in there, give it a push. You can also push it down on your work surface. Okay. Peel off any pieces that you don't want, or you could cut them off with your blade, all that good stuff. I like to, because of my hands, I like to kind of see me running my hand like you're wiping off butter or something, you know what I mean? All right, and then we just, and if you spray this with water as well, it'll come out much easier. But then look, you get a cool, oh, my light is like, it's so windy outside today. Very hot, but very windy. So my lights are going crazy. And you can see, you get that. So you have an embossed piece there already. So I love doing this. You can put resin in this as well because it's like non-stick. So it'll come out, get really cool pieces. You can take and kind of sand that impression out if you don't want it in there. And like I said, a lot of different fun things. One of the things I like to do as well, and I made this, which is going to be like a hollow pendant with this. And all I did was I took probably half of what, I just want the impression. I don't want it to be filled in thick. So I'll give it a little water. And I will stick this in and push it around. Okay. And you'll see, get it up to those sides. Okay, so we're making our own mold kind of thing. So then I'll take this out. Okay, and you can see hollow. And then you'll do another one and then put them together. Same thing. I'm just going to be very quick and not necessarily clean this up. So like I said, when you push it in, you're going to get excess coming over. So you definitely can, go in with your tissue blade or whatever you use and just cut it off very quickly to make it match. And then you can take it out if your hands are going to be cooperative. I just do a little roll. Now I had water in the other one. It does make it a little bit easier, and then all you will do is set them on top of each other, give them a little pinch or whatever. You'll be a little bit more careful than me. And then you get this really cool kind of bead. And then I just rolled that so the chain or whatever could go through, put a little thing on there, and I have this. So I'll probably sand this and put a clear coat on it just to see how good I can get it shiny and all. But like I said, then you have something like that. So that's always fun. And of course, you can dip this in your ink or paint and use this in your mixed media as well. The other thing you can do is we roll this out real quick. Take a stamp that you have, give it a little spray, and I'm just gonna Lay that there. Not going for definitely a print, but give it a little push, and then you bake it, and then you can add whatever you want, or you could color it or whatever you want before. Like I would probably do some black and play around, which I'll show you when I'm done, when I sit and, you know, do. But you can roll this out thin and cut it into an ATC size. This obviously is not an ATC size, but you can see that you can roll it out. This is baked, and you can then add some translucent SKYPE, or sometimes I'll use white school glue. Attach your clay to your ATC card, bake it because it's a low temperature and it'll adhere. So then you have a really cool background, or an ATC maybe that you built with your clay. So very, you know, very cool, very, so many different variations you can do on this. Another thing we can do is if I take, let's take this, and you can see I put another piece on there because mine fell off. But if you take this, and how many of us have these sitting around? These are just, they go into your Big Shot or, you know, whatever you have. It's just plastic. You put your paper or whatever in. I love using this for when I make homemade paper, and then I'll put it in to get different textures if I want. But something else you can do is, now this isn't going to be a very big piece, but I'll put it, I don't know, it shouldn't be that hard. Okay, so I'll put the bigger end here. And because you get both sides, it will emboss. So you set it in there, and you can put it through your machine if you want. I just take my roly-poly, give a little bit of pressure, and you can turn it and do it another way to get it. But what happens is, look how cool. I'll pull it off. And you can spray water. These are plastic. You can spray water on there as well. And you get two different sides. Do you see? So you get texture here, and then on the back, it's more indentation. So you can use whatever side you want. Again, it can be a ATC card. You can do these in different colors, cut them out, and use them as flowers on an ATC or on a canvas or whatever. Very cool. You can use your Pearl X, your paint, your whatever you have to go ahead and kind of semi-emboss. So that's very cool as well. Now, another thing, instead of making this, you know, if you've looked, you know that they sell, SKYPE sells these kind of, oh, what are they called? I can't think what they're called right now, but you make beads with them. You know, they have them out there. So what you can do, I'll use turquoise this time. I like to flatten it a little bit, and then you can go ahead and same thing you do with the deodorant, but stick it in. They're hollow beads is what they end up being. And I'll just go and kind of smush it around. Get that middle real good. Again, you can slice off if you want. And then I'll pull this out. And what happens is it becomes half of a hollow bead. Look how cool. So then you can go in with another piece, another color, add those together like the other one, and you have a great hollow bead going there. So much fun, very easy stuff at home. I could go on forever and ever of the stuff that you could do. But this is just a very basic, I'm sure I'm forgetting something. So I have, like I said, I have this piece here, and I have not baked it yet because I'm deciding what to cut out and what to do with it. So I'm still thinking about that. I know I want this area, and this needs baked as well as this. And this, I put a piece of wire in. Like if you, like this is a piece of wire I bought a roll at the craft store, but you can do so many cool things. We'll use this piece since it'll be easier to see. So let's say this is our bead, and you want to add something to it. So you can go ahead and add a piece of wire to embed it. Again, you could put liquid SKYPE in there. and bake it. Now you can make this clay wider, you know, so it shows all of the wire that you're putting in. You can use this side on the bottom, make a hook, make a loop and hang things from. You can hang your turquoise from it. Do you see what I'm saying? So then you get like these different designs. You can also use beads. So that's something else to think about that you can sit and play around with. Now I have this right here, and I just rolled it out, and I was going to put wire in it, and then I was like, I don't know. So what I think I'm going to do is add a little bit of water, just a little squirt. I'm going to add some Pearl-Ex, and you can use Pearl-Ex. This is by Jacquard. You can use Perfect Pearls by Ranger. You can use whatever your little heart wants to. And I'll go in with a brush. Okay, just a little bit. And this is just mica. And I'll just go in and brush it around. You can use also the, there is glue, like a sticky pad that goes with this that you can also use to help this stick. You could put this on also before you go ahead and bake. You know, it's up to you. Sometimes I like mixing it in. But I'm just going to add a couple colors. Give it a quick spray again. Go in with the Duo Red, Blue, and Pearl-Ex. Oh, that's pretty. And then what I would do is probably resin this. I'd probably put some metal tape around it, or maybe I'd do it with some wire after it, you know, but I'd resin it. Or you can put SKYPE gloss, glaze, whatever. And then I'll just do these out there. You go around the sides and just give it a little bit of zhuzhing. Pick up a little bit more of that. Okay. And then, let's see if you can see. You see, look at that shine. Oh, look at that. So, I mean, then you have this. Now, I have, what's it called? Liquid SKYPE, and I have it, must be over another thing, in black. Let me see if I have it here. I thought I moved it here, but who knows with me? Okay, yeah. So I have this. This comes in clear, liquid SKYPE, white, and black, and I'm going to use black. So let me grab it. And this is what it, you know, looks like. It's just, and then what I would do is, let's see if it's open. Yep. I would take, these are fun because you can really design and do fun stuff, but I'm going to give it a squeeze here. Yeah. So I would just take a little bit and run it. And you don't even have to have these edges in, like these little divots. I just did that because I was going to do wire, and then I changed my mind. I mean, but look, you really can, and I'm using black so you could see it, but you could use white, you could color white, you could do whatever. I'm going to close that. And you see, once that bakes, it'll give you that black, and then you can go over it again. You can do whatever you want. It's a lot of fun. And I don't work for SKYPE or anything. It's just, I love playing with clay. It makes me feel like I can do something. Do you know what I mean? So this is just a little bit of something for you guys. You guys have been asking for. I hope this helps you guys out a little bit and will get you playing. You know, there's so many things around you that you can use. And if you don't want to do that, you could take, you know, back of a paintbrush or what have you, and just do some designs, so then you can bake it and go in with some paint, or you know, whatever you want. We could go in with some liquid SKYPE and then bake it. I mean, there's so many things that you can do. I mean, look how cool. I can twist this. Oh, I could do so much stuff. So, like I said, you know, think outside the box. Start with stuff that you have at home. Look around. I bet you have so many things that you know, you never thought you could use in your clay. Lids to, you know, pens and just so much stuff. So I'm gonna make this into a twirl and see what that black comes out like in this yellow. You see how it's, when I bake it, just see what kind of thing. That's what I do. I take little pieces and I just experiment, which is like what I did here, because I figured if this comes out good, and I don't like it after I glaze it or whatever I'm going to do with it, I can just paint it. Or I could use it on an art doll. It doesn't, you know, it won't go to waste. So anyway, okay, I could sit here forever and play. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. If anything else that you want to see as far as clay, let me know. Like I said, these are just a few things that are just fun and to think outside the box. You know, I love making jewelry, and I went a couple weeks ago to look at beads, and it's all the same beads. Not much new comes out. And for other people who make jewelry and stuff, it's always the same kind of beads. So I do dig doing wire work or doing my own kind of thing where I can add this little turquoise, or I can make it. I mean, obviously I had when I baked it, I had it sitting next to something and it got a little thing, but I don't care, because I could put this and hang it like it's, make a few more and hang it like it's fringe or whatever. Like, do you know what I mean? So I want to have my own little kind of thing. So that's it. I'll quit talking. As always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. And don't forget your friend tinfoil. You can definitely bake on this. I love you guys so very much. Thank you for watching. Share me everywhere. I'd appreciate it. And I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.